Welcome back with me, Miss Amruta in Guru's Academy. Hope you all must have watched my previous videos in which we have started chapter 1 of 6th science, that is natural resources, air, water and land. If you like my previous video, do subscribe my channel, and if you have not watched it, please go back, watch it so that you can understand this lecture. Now let's have a short revision what we have learned in our previous class. Do you all remember what does natural resources mean? I have told you all to underline the definition in your textbook. Do you all remember it? Yes, you will have to recall it. Good. So natural resources are natural things which we have used for our purpose, like air, water and land, which are important factors for our survival on earth, and those fulfill our basic needs. They are called as natural resources. Very good, students. That means you have watched my previous lesson carefully. Okay, now tell me, what are proportion of water and land on earth? Do you all recall it? We have learned this yesterday. Yes, water is covered by 71% and land is covered by 29%. Good. Now my last question is, what are other forms of resources which are called as natural components? Do you all remember it? Then let's see. Good. Natural components are solid, liquid, gaseous. Very good, students. That means solid is land, liquid is water and gaseous is air. So students, today we will start with our first natural component, that is air. So do you all remember what are 5 layers of our atmosphere? We have learned this in our previous lesson. Yes, the 5 layers of components are troposphere, then we have stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, which is also called as thermosphere, and exosphere. Let's see this in our short diagram. So let's see what we are having, the 5 layers of our atmosphere. You all can see this diagram, students. This is our earth. This is our earth. And after that, the first layer which we are having, that is the troposphere. It is from 0 to 17 kilometer from our earth's sphere. Next comes is the stratosphere. You all can see that there is the ozone layer which we'll be learning afterwards, which is between stratosphere and troposphere. Next comes the mesosphere. It is from 50 to 85 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Next comes the thermosphere. This is also from 85 to 500 kilometer, and from Earth's surface it is from 85 kilometer. And next and the last is the exosphere. It is the last sphere of our atmosphere. So students, we have just seen what are our 5 layers of our atmosphere. But in the air, do we have only air? It is the mixture of various gases. That is, the air is the atmosphere around the earth which contains nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide. There are various inert gases. There are 6 inert gases. Then we have nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and along with these gases, we also have water vapor and dust particles. So as we have seen the layers of our atmosphere, we can also see that these gases are contained around 80% in the troposphere. Troposphere is the first layer from our Earth's surface, and it has total mass of gases in the air. And while the same proportion of these gases are about 19% in the stratosphere. And further, when the layer gets Further, when we go up in mesosphere and ionosphere, the proportion of mass goes on decreasing. So, and in the last sphere, that is exosphere, there is no gas found in exosphere, which is the last sphere. Now let's see the proportion of various gases in our air. We can see in the diagram that large number of nitrogen gas is present in our air. Next comes the oxygen. You all know oxygen, it is very important for all the living things. So oxygen, it is present for 21%, and remaining 1% is composed of argon, which is 0.9%, and other constituent of air, which is 0.07, and carbon dioxide, which is 0.03%. These are various proportions of gases in our air. But do you all think that only these gases are present in air? No. We also have air, we also have water vapor and dust particles in our air. So the amount of gas in the air is greatest near the surface, that is in troposphere, and decreases as we go higher and higher from surface. Students, have you all seen where mountaineers, when they climb mountains, they go high above the mountains, that is they are going high above from the earth's surface. They find it difficult to take in oxygen because percentage of oxygen in the air is low. Why? Because they are going higher above the surface of the earth where there is less amount of oxygen. So we have seen the proportion of various constituents of air. Now let's see what are the uses of air. What are the uses of gases in our air? Now let's see some uses of gases in our air. Now as I have told you that nitrogen is the major component in our air. So nitrogen, it helps the living things to build necessary proteins. Now here living things, it does not mean that only human beings, but living things also have plants, animals, trees, as those are living things. They require nitrogen for building their necessary protein. It is also useful for production of ammonia. Ammonia is NH4, nitrogen and 4 molecules of hydrogen. And next is it is used in airtight packaging of foodstuffs. You all must have seen that there are foodstuffs which are airtight pack. You all eat chips. We also have some food which are airtight packed in the boxes. So those can remain fresh only because of nitrogen gas. Now next is the example of oxygen. You all know oxygen is very much important for us to survive. So oxygen, it is necessary for our respiration, and it is also used for combustion. Now here combustion means burning. During burning, oxygen is very much important. You all can also use oxygen. You have also seen oxygen which is used in hospitals, which are used for the patients to survive. Now next example is carbon dioxide. You all know carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, it is used by plants for producing their foods. They take oxygen, they take carbon dioxide from the air, and they use it for producing their food. That is the process of photosynthesis. And carbon dioxide, it is also used in fire extinguisher. Well, let's see what is the next example. Next use of gas in air is argon. Argon, it is used in electric bulbs. The bulb which we use in our house, those have argon gas in it. That is used in electric bulbs. Next is helium. Have you all seen the balloon, how it blows up about in the air? That is just because of the gas helium. Helium gas is used for obtaining the low temperature, and that is why the balloon can flow up above the air. Students, do you all know what are airships? Have you all seen the airships? Those also fly up above the air, and that is just because of helium gas, as it is used for obtaining the low temperature. The next use of gas in the air is neon. Have you all seen the decorative lights or even in the street lighting where neon is used? Next is krypton. Krypton, it is used in fluorescent tube. And last is the xenon. The xenon gas, it is used in flash photography. If you all have gone in this photo studio, you all have seen that when he clicks the photo, there is a flash coming. It is just because they are having the xenon tube inside which emits the photo, and that is the use of xenon. Now let's see. So here are some examples. Here are some examples which will show you some uses of gases in air. Now this is the first which we are seeing is use of argon gas in an electric bulb. When we use the electric bulb, there is the argon gas which is present over here. This helps our electric bulb. Let's see next example. Next example is the helium. As I told you, helium is light and it helps for the low temperature. And these are the airships which flow up above, and that is just because the helium. Yes, these are the balloons which have helium present in it. Next is the fluorescent tube. Fluorescent tube which have krypton present in it. These tubes are also used in household. Yes, this is the neon gas. You all like pizza to eat, isn't it? So you all must have seen the light in this pizza. That is just because of the neon gas. Neon gas, it is also used in decorative light and also for street lighting. Yes, this is the nitrogen gas. As I've told you, nitrogen gas is used in airtight packaging of foodstuffs. Now here is the example of oxygen and carbon dioxide. As I've told you, oxygen is very important for our respiration, and carbon dioxide, it is very useful for plants, which is used in the process of photosynthesis. And this is the oxygen. As I have told you, oxygen is very important for combustion. That is the burning. Oxygen helps in process of burning. You can see the first picture where the candle is burning, and the next picture where the glass is covered up of the candle. As there is no oxygen, though the burn have gone off. Oxygen, which is also used in hospitals. And the last is the xenon. As I have told you, when we go in studio, there is the light which gives us the flash, and that is just because of xenon gas. Students, you all must always remember that living world on the earth is sustained. Sustained is it is continued for long period of time, and that is just because of the balance between the various gases and other constituents of air. As we have just seen, in the air, it is not just air, it is mixture of various gases in it. And the atmosphere, it is very important filter. You all know what filter means. It allows light, that is atmosphere allows light and heat of sun to reach the earth. That is, it is filtered. In atmosphere, the light and heat is filtered, and we get only the light and heat which is required, which is necessary for our life, and it prevents harmful elements from reaching the earth. Which is present in atmosphere, that is fog, cloud, snow and rain are produced. We can see these different pictures. Can you all tell me what are similarities in these three pictures? Observe them. Yes, what can you all see in the first picture? Is there some smoke? It is the blackish smoke we can see. What can we see in the next picture? What is this coming from the car? This is also some black sooty flame. And what is this last picture? Yes, it is the forest fire. What can I see in this? Yes, in this also we can see the black sooty flame. So what are the common things which we can see? Yes, we can see the common thing is the black sooty flame, that is the smoke. So, in above all pictures, the large scale emission is the releases, that is large scale release of smoke through different agency which we have seen above. This is the agency, that is the from different chemical companies. The next agency we can say is car which runs on the road. Can we see the sooty film only from car, but the vehicles which are running on the road? And other agency we can say is the forest fire. But only these three are the different agency? No, there are also many different agencies which gives the smoke, and this smoke directly get mixes in the atmosphere. The smokes directly get mixes in the atmosphere, which disturbs the balance of constituents of our air, and this is what we called as air pollution. So you all have understood what is air pollution. The different mixtures of the different mixtures which comes from the different agencies, and those disturb the balance of constituent of air is the air pollution. So there are also harmful gases which are given out through combustion of fuels, that is from vehicles and big industries, and also incomplete combustion. As I have told you all, what does combustion means? Combustion is the burning. So incomplete burning of fuels like wood and coal. So as a result, we get air pollution day by day. So here are also given some harmful substances which are released through combustion, and those are nitrogen gas, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide and soot. So these are the gases which are released in the air through combustion of fuels, and those are the major reason for our air pollution. So students, now let's see what is the next. As I have told you previous, while explaining the layers of atmosphere, we will be observing about ozone. So this ozone, it is the lowest part of the stratosphere. That is, it is present between troposphere and stratosphere. So as we have seen in our diagram, that layer of ozone gas, it is the lower part of stratosphere. It is not directly useful for survival of living things, but yet it is very important for living things to have this layer of ozone at high altitude around the earth. Students, we can see from this alongside photo that when the ultraviolet rays, when the rays coming from the sun, these are the rays which are coming from the sun directly on the earth. So those are filtered, those are absorbed at the ozone layer. We can see this is our ozone layer. So the directly ultraviolet rays are absorbed in the ozone layer, those are filtered, and then we get the rays of the sun, which are very important for our survival. So the ultraviolet rays coming from the sun, those are very harmful for living things. So as we have seen in our diagram that how ozone gas is absorbed by the rays, and as a result the life on the earth is protected. So the ozone layer is destroyed if the chemical gases like carbon tetrachloride or carbon fluorocarbons, and these are used in air conditioners and refrigerators mix with the air. So this is what our ozone layer is. So we will have to keep in mind that 16th September it is celebrated as Ozone Protection Day all over the world to make everyone aware of importance of ozone. Students, do you know that in metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Pune or Nagpur, there are the boards displayed at places of heavy traffic to show the proportions of various constituents of air at that place. And due to these boards, we can see the amount of harmful elements in air. Now let's see what is next. Use your brain power. So today we have learned about air. So what's the question given? What would happen if there were no air on the earth? So today, if you have watched and understood my video, you will be able to answer this question. And you will get answer for this in my next video. So if you like today's video, do like it, comment, share and subscribe. Do not forget to press the bell icon for notification of next video. Thank you.